Some students at a school in Alpharetta getting a lesson in science and technology they won't soon forget.
That's right. They got to talk with a U.S. astronaut in real time via ham radio as he passed over Mill Spring Academy today on board the International Space Station. All News 106.7's Trey Thomas has the story.
NA1 ISS Kilo 4.
North Fulton Amateur Radio League President John Clute makes contact with the International Space Station and fellow ham radio operator Commander Chris Cassidy.
Good morning to everybody in Mill Springs Academy. Great to hear you from the International Space Station.
Today we have some.
Commander Cassidy answered questions from 9 students at Mill Springs Academy as he passed 230 miles above Metro Atlanta in the final week of his 166-day mission.
How do you get a haircut in space without getting hair everywhere? Over.
Well, it's interesting that you asked. We just had haircut day on Sunday, and what we do is we hook the vacuum cleaner up.
The students asked the Navy SEAL everything from the biographical.
Hi, I'm Alexa. What made you want to be an astronaut? Over.
I met another guy named Bill Shepard who has the same background as me in the Navy. Over.
I was like, this is unbelievable. Can't believe that I'm doing this.
To the biological.
This is Andrew. What happens when you cry in space? Over.
Well, Andrew, when you cry, the tears just kind of stay in your tear ducts, and it gets bigger and bigger.
How it just stays in your eye and gets into your eyelashes and develops in size.
Science teacher Martha Muir helped organize the event and hopes to inspire her young scientist by being passionate about her job.
Release your inner geek, and once you do that, you give your students permission to do the same, and that's what we're doing.
Leave it to the kids to ask the good questions, right? Especially the haircut one. I like that.
Very imaginative.
Commander Cassidy is in the final leg of the final mission on board the ISS.
Loud and clear on Channel 6. Good morning to everybody in Mill Springs Academy. Great to hear you from the International Space Station. Thank you, Commander Cassidy.
Hi, this is Rosa. What is the most interesting research project you've done on the ISS? Over.
Hi, Rosa. Well, for me, there's been several cool ones, but one of my favorite was playing with fire. We had a small combustion chamber, and we looked at properties, flame retardant properties in space of different materials, and that was really cool to see the different flames and how they reacted in space. Over.
Hi, this is Zach. Have you seen any big storms or hurricanes or wildfires in space? And what do they look like? Over.
Hi, Zach. Well, it's really neat to see from space, although often it's bringing great disaster or catastrophe to the area where we can see them, such as the wildfires near Yosemite, and there's been some typhoons in the Pacific Ocean. We haven't seen any hurricanes this season since I've been up here, but it's impressive to see just how big how far the storm clouds can stretch from horizon to horizon. It's just amazing. This is Andrew. What happens when you cry in space? Well, Andrew, when you cry, the tears just kind of stay in your tear ducts, and it gets bigger and bigger until it starts to wick over in your eyelashes and around your eye. It never drains down your face. It's a really I haven't cried myself, but I've squirted water drops there to see what it does, and it's a weird sensation. Over.
This is Tommy. What is the prettiest sight you've seen in space? Over.
Well, Tommy, I have to say, just a couple weeks ago, we had a crystal clear night pass over Italy, and you could see the perfect shape of Italy made out in light, city lights, and we had the reflection off the solar array was just perfect. It's one of the most magnificent sights I've seen. Over.
Hi, this is Mike. What does it feel like to experience G-forces coming up to the ISS? Over.
Well, Mike, it's interesting. Right when you launch, you think the second of the engine igniting, you think would be a really big jolt, but it's actually pretty soft. It's just the rocket's just barely strong enough to get you off the pad. And then as the fuel burns up and you get lighter and lighter, the same acceleration pushes you faster and faster, and you start building up those G's. And it's pushing you into the seat, so your face is kind of smushed back, and it's hard to lift your arms up, and definitely a different sensation. Over.
This is Emma. How does time pass when there's no distinctive night or day? Over.
Well, Emma, we live on Greenwich Mean Time, which is the same time as in o'clock in the morning and prepare for our work day and do our work day and then unwind and go to bed around 10 o'clock at night. And our bodies feel like that's our daily schedule, even though if we open the window every 45 minutes there's either a sunset or a sunrise as we take an hour and a half to go around the Earth. But we don't feel that we're not looking out the window all the time, and if we do, it's just either dark or it's light. But our bodies definitely know when it's time to go to bed or wake up, and it feels just the same as living on Earth. Over.
Hi, this is Sterling. Do you social networking on the ISS? Over.
Hi, Sterling. Well, I'm actually not the right guy to ask that question. I personally don't, but my crewmates all do. They use Twitter and Facebook and things like this, and it's a fun way for them to communicate with folks, but it's just not something that I prefer to do. Over.
This is Rosa. What do you do for fun in space that you can't do here on Earth? Over.
Well, we actually look out the window. That's one of the most favorite things for us to do. We just kind of, when we have downtime, float over, open the window, and just watch the Earth go by and see different things that perhaps we haven't seen before. It's really, really amazing to do. The other thing that's fun is simply just to talk to our international crewmates and share their experiences, because we won't all be together for very much longer. So it's fun to take advantage of that. Over.
This is Andrew again. How does zero gravity affect the things you dream about? Over.
Well, Andrew, again, it doesn't. Let's see. That's a good question. What I dream about is Earth things, believe it or not. Most of my dreams take place with me on Earth, and I really don't recall a dream of me floating around, as strange as that sounds. So maybe I'm dreaming about going back and seeing my family and friends again. Over.
This is Tommy again. How do you get a haircut in space without getting hair everywhere? Over.
Well, it's interesting that you asked. We just had haircut day on Sunday, and what we do is we hook the vacuum cleaner up. There's a little attachment that hooks onto the hair cutting device, and we suck it in that way, and it works pretty well. It maintains all the hairs very nicely. Over.
This is Trip. What are the effects of being in space on your muscles when you return home? Over.
Well, Trip, it's actually, our muscles will actually do okay because we have a really good exercise device up here, and I feel pretty strong muscularly. Although it's our bones that are the most important thing for us to worry about. So our bones think that because there's no gravity, that they don't have to do their job, and they can become less dense and brittle. And that's obviously not the case. So we need to exercise a lot to keep those bones healthy, keep them thick, so that when we return, our bones will be just as healthy as when we left. Over.
Hi, I'm Alexa. What made you want to be an astronaut? Over.
I met another guy named Bill Shepard who has the same background as me in the Navy. Over.
Hi, I'm Roy Lander. I'm a middle school science teacher at Mill Springs, and the whole NASA experience was a really cool day. I think primarily because I got to see a teacher here who had an idea for an opportunity for our kids, and even though it was kind of a long shot, she went ahead and applied for it and got the radio contact opportunity with the International Space Station. And then our students got a chance to submit questions for this cool event, and it was nice seeing some of the kids I've taught get up on that stage and do a great job of answering or asking their questions. The big unifying concept of that whole day for me was the idea of perseverance. The students at Mill Springs have a lot of learning challenges, and it's really difficult for them sometimes to make connections and to learn. When we first initially tried to make contact with the space station, we weren't having any success, and in fact I was getting nervous that that whole 10-minute window was going to be gone. And finally, after a lot of persistence by the people in charge, we were able to make contact with the astronaut and start asking our questions.
When I heard that we were going to listen to people talk in space, I thought it was going to be really boring. But when I went there and I actually got to hear people speak from outer space at our specific school on the news, I thought, that's awesome.
It was pretty awesome though. It definitely something I never thought I'd see or be able to experience.
Kind of made me want to go to space, just hearing them describe the beauty that was up there and just how amazing it was up there.
They were going to be talking up to the astronauts up on the ISS. I thought that was actually pretty interesting.
The ARISS radio contact was a wondrous opportunity that few people ever had.
This experience was very, very, very cool.
I had no idea how amazing this event was going to be. I knew it was going to be fun, but this was phenomenal. If fun comes up to my belly button, this event reaches the upper reaches of the Jolly Green Giant's outstretched arms. This event united our whole community, including all the folks present on stage, in the gym audience, and all the hams listening in, for a period of time in a common interest and fascination. What great mind play this was, and we are all united by this amazing experience. Thank you, W4MSA.
I think ARISS is a one-time only memory that only some lucky people get to see. It impacted me greatly with joy and confidence that Commander Cassidy was using his time to interact with us.
I was amazed just how their equipment was that they could connect to. I thought it was just amazing that this ever happened to us.
I thought it was cool how they were able to communicate back with us, and we were able to talk with them and ask them questions about what life is like up on the International Space Station.
Martha Muir, who's the epitome of a junior high and high school science teacher, coordinated a great event and created by an astronaut talking to our entire school and student body as the space station flew over at 1,700 miles an hour.
I think it really made it real for some of our students, and I hope it inspired our students to want to join in and to believe that they can be the astronauts up on those missions.
I really liked the way they talked to me, and it was a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed the experience I had. I liked how when the astronauts answered, like the whole school was screaming for excitement, and I was happy my dad was there to watch me talk to the astronauts.
Communicating with the International Space Station was one of the highlights of my teaching career. And as a science and math teacher, we're always looking for ways to spark that curiosity. When we were sitting in that auditorium and that astronaut voice came across that said, "Good morning, Mill Springs Academy," I mean, I got goosebumps. Every child in that auditorium was enthralled.
We were able to utilize the connections we had made in the past to provide a really enriching and memorable experience for both faculty and students.
Yay for technology.
I wish everyone in the whole state of Georgia could see it. It was unbelievable.
I got to ask the astronaut Christopher Cassidy a question, and this is something I will remember for the rest of my life. To actually talk to an astronaut who is circling the Earth makes the mission to come to life.
Connecting with an astronaut in space is an incredible experience. I like to learn more about the radio connection that made it possible.
Talking to kids from the International Space Station from a little school in Alpharetta, I think it's pretty cool that they've opened up something to talk to not only just the astronauts and mission control, but to kids who might want to be part of that mission control or want to be an astronaut or even just want to work on radios one day. So I thought it was pretty cool to give some kids some inspiration.
I thought it was absolutely amazing when the astronauts made contact with us. And they were coming in and they were all talking, and they were like, and everyone kept on clapping, and they were like, "Yay, we made contact with the astronauts. This is really happening."
I really want to thank Commander Chris Cassidy for giving us this opportunity. KK4 and VJ clear.
I was just wanting you, if you have the ability, to pass on to the ham radio contact. Thank you very much. We had a nice contact, but it dropped off right in the middle of the question and never got a chance to say goodbye. So if you have the ability to pass that on to him, I would appreciate it. Thank you.